BTT members. I'm afraid it's another Ask Me Anything stream for two reasons. The first is that nothing's happening. It's August. Thank goodness a week from Friday is D23, and we should finally get some major headlines. Not just headlines, but it will rain. It will be a tsunami of theme park, television, and movie headlines. But we have a week to go. Even the Little Women trailer today was not as big as I'm sure Sony had been hoping. Also, Prince Eric is trending. That's how slow things are. That was the story the other day. The Prince Eric, I already made a video about that like a month ago when he was first circling the role. So it's like really slow. The other thing that I wanted to say though is that I want to try and make sure these start on time. So I want to ask you guys a question. What's more important to you? That the streams start relatively close to being on time, or it's a fully developed stream with 3 stories? Like, what's more important to you? The news, the movie news section, or the live access? And you won't hurt my feelings either way, because I am doing the live news, so don't worry about it. But I want to know, would you rather this had started at 4:30 and you had you had a fully developed episode? I mean, I would have had to really scrape the bottom of the barrel, but maybe I would have been able to do it. Like, we'll talk about Sherry Redstone tomorrow. All right, so Waffles says on time. There's always a little bit of a delay. On time. Dennis goes for fully developed. Oh, the news, fully developed. Oh, I love it. Very good. All right, you guys like the news. That's good to know. I won't feel so nervous about getting it started exactly on time. Don't worry, I won't be like, oh really, see you at 5. No, don't worry about that. But I will. Carlos, you already voted. But yeah, that's great. Okay, I'm good. It's good to know. I can't help. I mean, in August it might be a little bit tough because of the way things are going. But I'm really glad I asked you, and I'll make sure that I have the news stories. I'll work very hard for the news stories so that we can have them going forward. All right, so excellent. So today we're going to do an Ask Me Anything. We can talk about whatever you'd like. We'll do 20 minutes instead of 10 because there are no stories today. But the first thing that I want to do before we do that, obviously, is where is everybody watching from? Ozzy, I'm glad you like morning movie news. This is the new morning movie news. Maxime, oh, you're in Toronto today. Just completed your interview for Disney World. It was amazing. Oh, I hope you get it. Let's see here. Oh, Dennis, we can talk about Bruce Lee in a moment. But first, right now, let's talk about where you guys are watching from, and then we'll go to the stories. Am I going to cover Lady and the Tramp, Hugo? I really don't like the way the dogs look. They look like they've been together for a long time. Instead of a new romance. I will cover it when there's a trailer, and I suspect we will definitely get a trailer next weekend. Bethany's in Chicago. Hello, Bethany. Laura's in cloudy Columbus, Ohio. Joseph is a passenger of a car. Oh, I like, very mysterious. Missionary Jay's in Detroit. Spencer's in SoCal, going back. Oh, you're on vacation. Going back to Ohio on Friday. Augie is in Ohio unloading his trailer. That sounds awesome. Let's see here. Braden is in sunny Colorado. Thomas is working on his novel in Boston. Oh, I like that. Good for you. Anthony is heading to work in Niagara Falls. Oh, it's probably a pretty good time for you. A lot of tourists, right? Ro is in Astoria, New York City. Hello, neighbor. Daniel's in the UK watching you whilst eating my dinner. Ah, bon appetit. Let's see here. Waffles is going to Scotland in 3 hours. Excellent. Dane is tuning in from Northern Virginia. Jordan's in Minnesota. Matthew is in my classroom in Toronto. Has school started for you already? And Jennifer says, hi from freaking hot Houston. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm getting pretty sick of the humidity. I'm not going to lie. It's not my hair's friend. Hey, Red, taking a work break in the district. And then Twice as Bright is eating cantaloupe in Toronto. Oh, that's a very nutritious and refreshing snack. All right, so again, as I said today, we'll do 20 minutes. You may ask me anything you would like, so we'll go till 4:40. All right, so go ahead, ask me anything you'd like, whatever you'd like to discuss today. Hey, John. Tywin's in the Sky Lounge at LAX. Ooh, I like it. I'm glad you had a call back. That's wonderful. Oh, Carlos, just got out from jury duty. I hope you're free. And Zeester is at a Sheraton hotel for a staycation in Kuwait. That's awesome. It sounds all very exotic to me, Zeester. Let's see here. Steven Turner says, did you see that Tiffany Haddish wants to join Wonder Woman? That's like Milo Ventimiglia wanting to be Batman. It's like, first of all, if you have to ask, it's not good for you. And I'm like, Milo Ventimiglia, you can't be Batman. Your box office is horrible. I mean, you saw what happened with The Art of Racing in the Rain. I think that after The Kitchen, I think that Tiffany Haddish is going to really struggle to get work. Luckily, she already has a project with Chris Hemsworth, but I think her career is in a lot of trouble. Lauren, we'll talk about the CBS-Viacom merger tomorrow, but I gotta tell you, I'm pretty happy for Sherry Redstone. She worked really hard for that, even having to fight her father, and it's another woman in a powerful position, and I love that, hoping they do a good job. So Alex has thoughts about the Variety article mentioning that Taika Waititi's Jojo Rabbit made a Disney exec audibly uncomfortable, worrying the lad that the material would alienate Disney fans. So today, Variety ran an article. They're a little late to the party. A lot of us have already covered this, talking about how, obviously there have been growing pains with Disney acquiring Fox, large chunks of Fox, including their film division. And one little offhand comment they had, which has gotten a lot of attention, is that they said they screened Jojo Rabbit, Taika Waititi's Hitler Imaginary Friend movie, for Disney executives, and Disney executives were like, I don't know about this, and I totally understand that. I mean, it's under the Fox Searchlight banner, it should be, so I think that they're insulated in that regard, but maybe Disney's like, this is so offensive, I think people are going to remember who the top of the food chain is. So we'll see what happens with Jojo Rabbit. I can see why they would be concerned. I feel it's not a great idea. I actually tweeted that I didn't know how I felt about it, and I told you that Taika Waititi tweeted me back and said, I don't know either how I feel about it. But I said, I don't know if this is a good idea. But I will tell you, I'll tell you some tea on this. I heard from some sources that not a single actor in Hollywood would play the role. Taika Waititi didn't want to play the lead role. He didn't want to play Hitler in his own movie. But not a single actor would do it. So instead of saying, maybe that means something, if not a single actor will do it. But he said he decided to play the role himself. So he really believes in this, so we'll see. Jeff, as for Dark Crystal, I got the screeners today. I got episodes 1 through 5, and the embargo lifts August 22nd. So my review for Dark Crystal, the first 5 episodes of 10, they only gave us the first 5, will go up at that time. Oh, Carlos, I don't like playing that game. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And I think, personality and charisma are big parts of that. Daniel says, do you think that Jojo Rabbit will hurt Taika and Scarlett's careers? I think that Taika's obviously very well-meaning, and he's a very quirky filmmaker. Scarlett Johansson, I don't really know how many more hits she can afford to take. Joey, they never sent out invitations to see for The Hunt. I mean, they might have invited a few horror websites in advance, but I had not seen the film. And also, I do know that Universal sent out something to press saying, please remove it from all your coverage. Hugo, I think we'll get some trailers out of D23. I think you're going to get a Mandalorian trailer out of D23. There might be a few things that are only for people who are in the exhibit hall, but you're going to get pictures for sure. I think you'll probably get at least those. I think you'll definitely get a Lady and the Tramp and Mandalorian trailer. I will be covering all 3 days. The theme park stuff might be done on Monday. My favorite Ryan Coogler film? Oh, so I guess I'm assuming you mean Fruitvale Station, Creed, and Black Panther. I guess I'd have to go with Black Panther, to be honest with you. But I think Fruitvale Station, I think, is the weakest, but it's also his first movie. I thought Creed was really strong. Hi, James. James says, is Hobbs and Shaw a flop? I don't think we'll know until we find out what's going on with China. That's really important. Yes, Waffles, I saw. Harry Styles is officially Prince Eric. Once, though, a story breaks, like it did a couple of weeks ago, it's generally what's going to happen. I mean, it would be a bigger story if he wasn't Prince Eric, to be honest with you. Yes, I saw Lauren, Aladdin 2, but it's still not confirmed. They're just, Dan Lin has said they are discussing it. I will I did my ideas for Aladdin 2, and I will I did my ideas for Aladdin 2, and I will post a video about another video about it once it's confirmed. I'm really reluctant to do a phase 5 video about predictions because I think they're gonna. I don't know. It's so slow. It makes reporters desperate. But I feel like they're gonna announce phase 5 a week from Saturday, so it's a little hard for me. Bethany says, "Do you think Haley Bailey will be present at D23?" It would be nice, but I don't think she will be unless they announce a release date. Maybe, they're putting the cast together so quickly, they might have them appear for the first time and announce a release date. They could do that. Melissa McCarthy is not officially Ursula Shawn. I don't know what's keeping them. Augie, as I said on Movie Math the other day, I don't think the criticism for The Kitchen is fair. I understand it, and I don't think it's just feminism. I think that, Melissa McCarthy is a genuine problem. I don't think she is, but I think she clearly has a problem with her image. Wad TV says, Grace, how would a Mickey movie do in theaters today with Disney dominating? I don't know, what version of Mickey is it? Is it the new, edgy Mickey? I think those cartoons are okay, but I don't love them as much as classic Mickey. He is getting a ride at the Magic Kingdom, at Hollywood Studios, taking over the great movie ride space. So if that ride is successful, but Disney's always very careful with Mickey. They don't want to overdo it. They'd rather, keep, it's the rules of supply and demand, and they want to make sure that Mickey is, a hot commodity that's not everywhere. Matt, you asked 2 personal questions. I see your adorable emojis, but let's see here. Edward, nobody knows about Tenet. It's a very good kept secret. I'm very excited to learn more about it, though. I thought the teaser worked very well. Jico says, thoughts about The Crown telling Princess Diana's story. I think they've done a really responsible and excellent job so far, and I know that there's a lot of stuff about Princess Diana that's rarely covered by the press, so I'm curious to see how impartial they are. Alex, I saw The Boys last night. I did my review. I've shot it. I just haven't edited it yet. At this point, it'll go up tomorrow. I have to see Angry Birds tonight. I thought it was surprisingly raunchy, but I laughed a lot, I'll tell you that. Daniel says, should I see Dora or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? See Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's a movie everybody's talking about. I think it really needs the big screen. It's very much a movie. Dora, I think you could easily stream. Oh, Matt, you don't have to apologize. I just feel bad that I'm not answering your question, so I just wanted you to know why. Did I say The Boys, Carlos? Good Boys. Yes, Good Boys. Daniel says, Grace, will the Return of the Emperor and Lando bring in the angry Star Wars fans for Episode 9? I don't know. I don't know how big their roles are. I think that's a really important aspect. Let's see here. I didn't finish Swamp Thing, Matt, because it's over, so there's no point in covering it. To Movie Lover, I saw your tweet to me about that. Mine was incredibly raunchy. Like, they must have cut it for what you saw for some reason. The film was not cut at all. There's no way. It was like the stuff that was in it was nuts that I saw. Laura, I'm really excited about It Chapter 2. I think that's very exciting. Oh, hey, Ben, you check Film Fantastic. You just made it. We've got 10 minutes. Hugo says, can Star Wars be fixed? I think as long as Kathleen Kennedy is in charge, I'm not so sure. I think they really need some fresh blood for people to feel like there's genuine change. I don't know what's going to happen with Benioff and Weiss. Like, wow. Redeem, I don't think they should do no more. I think that Aquaman just was so fantastic and so well executed. It's like, and Marvel has so much. I think it would seem like a little bit below the belt to go after an aquatic superhero themselves. Oh, thanks, Joey. Happy Left-Handers Day to you, too. We might get Cruella news at D23, Hugo. That's starting to cast as well. Waffles, there's no news as to what the story will be of Aladdin 2 yet officially. I think they'll probably borrow from Return of Jafar. I mean, they could borrow from both, as I said in my own video, but I think they did enough of their own new stuff as well that I think that they don't have to just completely copy the direct-to-video sequels. Missionary J, I will watch Crisis on Infinite Earths on the CW because of the guest stars. Edward, I did see Simu Liu's post on Facebook. I think he's a little, if I were Marvel, I'd tell him to calm down a bit. I'd be like, you're a little too activisty, buddy. I don't know. I think he's just a little bit too much right now. I appreciate his enthusiasm, and tweeting did help him get the role, but I would dial it down a little bit. I mean, I think he's in danger of not being able to disappear into the character. To Movie Lover, what time does the trailer go up tonight? I'll probably do it tomorrow morning if I do it. Universal trailers are tough. Universal is not very, they're tough. They don't really work well with others. Let's see here. Alex, there was a technical difficulty with the Aquaman watch-along, and it's not up, but other ones have stayed up. What's Helene's question, Liam? That's very sweet of you. So Helene says, Grace, we are still waiting for Endgame on streaming in the UK on Monday. How can we get cinema releases at the same time as the US but not streaming? I'm not sure. I think a lot of times it has to do with, holidays and just schedules. I think the movie situation has changed because everybody talks and it's the same community, so spoilers are a problem. But in terms of releasing a movie everybody's already seen for home release, it depends on what in the country what's happening. So I mean that affects it, I think, a little bit. That's a guess though. Phil, I think it's too early for a live action Miles Morales. Unfortunately, I would love to see him. Joseph, I haven't watched Endgame again. I've been very busy, I'm afraid. Redeem, I said I will react to the last Christmas trailer, but it'll probably be tomorrow morning. Dane, that's a good question. Greta Gerwig has a great reputation because of a good PR campaign and because Lady Bird got so much attention. That's all it takes. It's very political. I don't think that audiences necessarily think she's a great director just yet, but the media and the industry does. To Movie Lover, my advice for movie theaters to step up their game is the same as it's always been, and that's just keep it clean, and for the love of God, keep people from talking and getting on their phones. I think that would make such a difference, and theaters are unwilling to do that. Dennis says, why is The Lion King so successful? I think people just really love that story. And I think they know it's a guaranteed good time at the movie, and it's got a lot of scope and spectacle, and people want to pay for that on the big screen. Catalan, I would like Hawkgirl, but I don't like the comic book version of Hawkgirl. I only like Hawkgirl from the animated series. And so whenever they do Hawkgirl, they do the comic book version, and I'm like, I don't like this. Taiwan, I'm not sure why people in Aladdin, obviously Naomi Scott's and Charlie's Angels, maybe they're working very hard on getting their Aladdin 2 deals in place. Also, I think that Mita Massoud, unfortunately, is hard to cast. Rami Malek has a tough time getting roles, and now they're competing for the same ones. Rami Malek obviously would be tipped to, get them first because he's the Oscar winner. So it's tough. Oh, Danielle, are you still in Scotland? Czech film, fantastic. I don't know about Joker tracking. I'm waiting to really comment on Joker until its RT score comes in. That'll be August 30th. It debuts at the Venice Film Festival on August 30th. It will get an RT score. So that's when we're really going to get an idea of what we're dealing with here. Daniel says, Grace, what do you think Disney will do after they finish remaking all of their classic animated films? Sequels! I would like a Jungle Book 2, Edward, with an older Mowgli. I think that would be great. Cedric, I think Alison Brie suffers from being married, unfortunately, to Dave Franco. I think that the Franco family is really persona non grata in Hollywood these days. Oh, Danielle, have a safe flight back. Redeem, there are so many rumors these days. It's kind of getting out of control. Jack said, should Pirates of the Caribbean continue? I think at some point it should. But I would give it a break. Yeah, TJ, an RT score that early from release for sure. Because as soon as a movie hits the film festival circuit, the reviews come out. That's the whole reason it goes. So if they were to hold the embargo, it would be ridiculous. So, because the whole reason you go to a film festival is to get reviews. So they're gonna, that's the embargo will, the RT score will go up a month in advance, and now you can see why I'm really nervous about this play. I don't know why Rachel Brosnahan, the marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I don't know, Hugo. I don't know why she doesn't get more work. I think she's very talented. Which Disney animated film will be the first to get a live-action adaptation? I don't know. I would love to see Frozen. I think it would do a very good job. Braden says, can you give your thoughts on Dora, please? Well, I really enjoyed it. I thought it skewed a little young, but I thought that it was a lot of fun. I thought that particularly once they got to the jungle, it was really good. I thought that Isabella Moner actually ended up doing a really wonderful job as the character. And I thought that Jeffrey Wahlberg, Mark Wahlberg's cousin, nephew, he was excellent. He did a really nice job. And I thought it was a lot of fun. I just think, unfortunately, it doesn't feel like something you need to see in theaters. Alex says, do you think Scott Derrickson can up Doctor Strange's powers as effectively as the Russos did in Infinity War? For sure. Definitely. I think for sure. Dane, I'm not reading Immortal Hulk, unfortunately, but I'm glad to see your recommendation. That's right, 2 minutes. We stop at 4:40. Mika, I don't know. I don't think you would kill Cheetah in the Wonder Woman movie. That seems ridiculous to me, but you never know. Daniel says, what does Black Widow need to accomplish so far down the line in the MCU to be considered worthy? I think if it doesn't make $1 billion, that's pretty bad. It's a May release. It should be $1 billion. Hey, Pastor Madeline, we've only got a minute, but I'm glad you made it. Let's see here. To movie lover, Simon Kinberg keeps getting work, I think, because he has really strong relationships. And I think because he has a reputation of being a good writer. Oh, Alex, I hope you like the shot by shot. Oh, that's right, Liam, it is time. Nice use of emojis there. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. We have one more stream this week, tomorrow at 4 p.m. I look forward to seeing you then. And of course, tomorrow, look for reviews for Good Boys and also Angry Birds 2. All right, have a lovely afternoon. Goodbye. Bye, everybody. Bye.